Hey, what's up guys, Tony here, and welcome to some DC Universe Online. This is an MMORPG, if you guys don't know that already. Let me tell you a little backstory first before I get into this game. I have never, ever had any sort of inclinations to get into MMORPGs, and there's a reason why. There was this guy that I used to work with years ago at this camera shop, and he always brought his laptop to work with him. And when we weren't working, doing stuff, he'd pop the laptop open and he'd be playing World of Warcraft. And he was telling me all about World of Warcraft and all the things you can do and everything that's so awesome about it. It costs X amount per month. It was like $15 a month or something like that. He would rave about it. Talk about the characters, talk about the world, talk about how big it is, how many people are there, how you can interact with people, how you can play with your friends, you can quest, you can do all this stuff. And the whole time I'm thinking, like, this guy is got to be kidding me. You know, the games that I was playing, Call of Duty, Battlefield, baseball, like, quote, you know, air quotes, you can't see my air quotes, but air quotes, traditional video games. I wasn't buying it. I was just kind of like, okay, whatever. And I don't want to sound like, I'm going to sound like a jerk, but I'm like, that's pretty nerdy. You know, the whole, like, questing and, like, doing that stuff. I mean, it sort of epitomizes in that South Park episode where all the kids, they decide to like play World of Warcraft, and then they play against that one guy with like the carpal tunnel brace, and he's all fat and he's got like Cheetos and stuff on his face, and he's just like click click click, you know, on the mouse and stuff. And the kids literally spend the entire episode leveling up to defeat this guy. That's what I think of MMORPGs. Just that sort of faction, you know, the people on the fringes of video game society. I'm being so stereotypical right now. I am sorry if you are a World of Warcraft player. I don't mean like a negative connotation by it. It's just what I knew of it, because the people that interacted with were the people who would play like Magic the Gathering or any of those sort of turn-based Final Fantasy. I'm not much of a Final Fantasy person, and I don't have anything against it. I feel like I'm putting myself into hot water right now. But that was my experience. I just thought that it was sort of a fringe, sort of niche game for a certain type of person, you know, that didn't go outside and see the sunlight. But so anyways, that's why I didn't get into World of Warcraft. And I'm not really, to be honest, like, I played Warcraft back when it was a real-time strategy game, and I liked it fine. It was like Warcraft 2 or something. I don't have anything wrong with it. But it's not really my cup of tea as far as like the genre is concerned. So I didn't get into it. Now my older brother, on the other hand, he loves Star Wars, whatever the Star Wars MMO is out right now, and he absolutely loves that game. And he keeps telling me like, you need to get it. You need to get Windows for your Mac so you can put it on there and play and all this great stuff. And I was kind of like, yeah, whatever. I really don't have any interest. And then I heard it was made by BioWare, so I was like, interesting. BioWare makes a Star Wars game. That's interesting. And I love Mass Effect 3, which is made by BioWare. And so that was like, So they got they got the little light bulb flickering. I'm like, that's interesting. And a while ago, I heard about this game, DC Universe Online. And I'm like a DC, I'm a comic book fan. I have been since I was a kid, but I've always been a Marvel guy. And the DC characters that I like aren't, it's like Batman, Superman-ish. I'm not like the biggest Superman fan, but I've read his books. Mostly a Batman fan because of my dad's friend Marty back when he was in the Marine Corps. He gave me this big thing of comic books. It was like a huge, it was like 4 feet long comic book width. And he gave me like these 2 boxes of just hundreds and hundreds of comic books. I don't know why he gave them to me, but he gave them to me because I guess I showed such passion. And when I was younger, my friends and I, we had created this comic book universe. There was like 4 or 5 of us, and we'd draw comics and we'd create characters and we'd make these backstories and we'd try to get them to interact. And it was a lot of fun when we were a kid. And I actually got a friend, Matt, but he's not really a friend anymore. He's a guy I grew up with. I thought he was going to be like the next Jim Lee. He was the guy. He had such talent as an artist, and I don't think he's drawing anymore. But he was so refined in his artwork at a young age. Like he would emulate like the Jim Lees and the Rob Liefelds, and he would make it his own. And he learned how to draw figures just from comic books, and it was amazing. I learned how to draw a little bit, Maybe one of these days I'll dig up some of my drawings and put them online or something like that. But they're not anything spectacular. Like I could do like a pose, you know. But there's far better artists out there than me. And then he got in. He like actually is interesting because he transitioned just when the computers were getting like to that point where you could actually draw on them. Well, he was drawing on his computer long before people were thinking like that's a good idea. You know, this was in the mid 90s, and we were using Paint, and so he was drawing in Paint, and it was fantastic. Like he made some really fantastic drawings in Paint, and it was with those old mouses, an old Mac mouse that was square with the one button in the middle, and he was doing a fantastic job. Anyways, I don't know how I got started on that little old-timey commentary. So anyways, I have this long-standing history with comic books, but it's been more Marvel comic books than DC. And so when I saw the game on the PlayStation Store and it was free, so I was just like, I've heard about this thing. Maybe I'll give it a try. Maybe I'll do like a demo of it or something like that. So I downloaded it, and the initial download takes like, well, I don't know, a couple of minutes. And I was cool. Let's play this bad boy. Let's see what this is all about. I mean, it's a free game. How can you pass up a free game? I know I can't pass up a free game, especially one that's supposed to be, you know, something you could play for days and days and days and days and never like reach the end. So I downloaded it, and then I figured out, holy crap, it's like 18 gigs worth of information. So I had to delete some stuff on my hard drive, like a lot of stuff that I wasn't using anymore, and then I installed it and downloaded the whole thing, installed it, and it took like 3 hours. It took forever. And so once I got in, my buddy Tan and we started creating characters, and we got this idea for a video series that we're going to be working on. But I got hooked. I kind of got hooked, I'll be honest. I'm having far more fun playing this game than I actually thought I was going to, just because it's such a change in what I've been usually playing. Like right now I'm playing a lot of baseball. Those of you guys who have me on PSN friends list, you're like, Tony shows up, boom, what is he playing? Baseball or Battlefield. Baseball or Battlefield. And the variety that I have in my own personal video game entertainment is not very much. There's not very much diversity in there. So then it came with the whole like video making. I was like, I'm gonna make these videos and it'd be great because it's gonna be diverse, and I'm gonna keep at it because this game appears to be a lot of fun, and you know, it'll be about the shenanigans that my buddy Tan and I are gonna have in the whole nine. So I was like, okay, let's play. So I created this character, and I named him Julius Antonius, and I made him this like gangbuster looking dude, and I wasn't really completely all that happy with the guy. I was just kind of you know. So then I created a female character. I created this female character, and I named her Alison Quiver because of she was an archer. You know, she's an archer, and I had a lot of fun playing with her. She could fly. She had the bows and arrows, and you know, she used her bow as a main weapon. And then I noticed something. I was like, hey, wait, there are Green Lanterns in this game, and I didn't know. Like I knew there was some DLC, but I didn't know like there were Green Lanterns. So I Googled. I was like, how do you play as a Green Lantern in DC Universe Online? Like, I was obsessed. I kept saying it in the commentaries when I was doing with Tan. I was just like, I'm going to be a Green Lantern. I'm going to be a Green Lantern. I'm going to make it. I'm going to do that. And I thought it was a quest that you had to do. Well, it turns out it's a downloadable content thing. And the reason why I'm telling you this whole long story is because of all the DC characters, that are in the DC universe, Green Lantern has been my favorite. The weird thing is he's my favorite, but I have never really read a lot of his books. You know, I know of Hal Jordan, I know of Kyle Rayner, and John Stewart. I think it actually is kind of funny. It's his name. And then, you know, Sinestro, and then the origins and the character Ion and Parallax and the whole, you know, I was involved in that, the Death and Superman and the Parallax saga, so I know of it, but I didn't read the books like I would have like a Spider-Man book or X-Men book. So I feel bad because I'm like a really good fan, like I love the character, but I'm not that involved in. Oh, Jade's another character too. I'm not that heavily invested in the character as far as like time reading the books. But when I heard Green Lantern, I was just like, I am so there. Hook me up. Let's do this thing right now. Well, unfortunately, what I found out is the only way to get the Green Lantern is to buy the DLC. One of the DLCs, the Darkest Light or Lightest Night or whatever the name of it is, Brightest Light. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. So it's $10. Like there's like a Batman, future Batman, a Flash, the Retake the Earth, and the Green Lantern one. And so it's $10. So I was like, well, I downloaded this game for free. It's free to play. Why not? Why not? Because I was that obsessed. I'll be honest, it was sort of an obsession. I was like that obsessed with getting a Green Lantern character. So I got it, and I was like super stressed out. I'm like, wait, how can I change one of my characters into a Green Lantern character? And I Googled it, and I went on because I couldn't find it. So I did eventually quit the game, restart the game, and then I could create a new character. And this is the character I created. This is Lanterne Verte, which is French for Green Lantern, because obviously Green Lantern is taken. So I figured I would just make it French, and of course it went through automatically. And if you don't know, if you've tried to create a character, there are, I don't know how many people on this game, but there are names like out the yin yang, and it's really, really hard to create a new character with a unique name, or what you think is a unique name, because like this one guy I tried to create earlier today, I'm like, I'm going to name him Night Shield, because I had like a shield on his chest, and he was like a Batman-like character, and it was like, boom, error, there's already a character with that name. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So those things happen. Like, so coming up with a name and all that stuff, that's sort of, just, I don't know why I'm talking about it. But the thing is, I got this Green Lantern character, and I created her, and I don't know what it is. I like female superheroes. And it's not because, like, they've got tight bodies and they're all super hot or whatever. It has nothing to do with, like, a sexual attraction. It has more to do with the actual, like, underdog, the weakness of a female character by comparison to a man. Like a male superhero is like a Superman, super macho, super buff, super powerful. They're never the one who needs help. Now, being a Padres fan, being a Chargers fan, we are always underdogs when it comes to whatever team. Like a Superman is like the Patriots, and the Chargers are like Robin. It's like there are two completely different levels. And that's what I like about the female character. Now, the one thing I wanted was like a quote, air quote, adult-sized character. And so when you look in the created character, you got gigantic Amazon woman with huge tits, and then you've got a smaller woman with like normal athletic-looking figure. And personally, for me, and this is just, I guess, a little insight to the kind of women that I like. I like athletic-looking women. I'm not like a huge tits guy, I'm like more of a legs and butts guy. I don't know why I just told you guys that, but anyways, that's why I picked that character, because it resembles a woman, that's the figure of a woman that I enjoy visually seeing as a guy. So, I guess that's what you do when you create female characters anyway. It's not like stare at their ass or, okay, wow, totally gonna get off that. So I created this female character, and I made her Green Lantern, and I am having so much fun. There's so much stuff I can do. Like you saw the Wolverine claws come out. She's got the staff. She can kick some ass with the staff, and I've got another power that I've unlocked where like she creates a machine gun, and that's what I love about the Green Lanterns is they can create stuff. Like their power is based upon their own personal will. So if they're trying to say if they got a shield up or whatever surrounding them, they can deflect, they can absorb, not really absorb, but like if someone's shooting energy at them, like Superman is fighting Green Lantern, as long as Green Lantern's will is strong enough, he can resist Superman's heat vision or his wind or any sort of other physical force with his ring, as long as he maintains that will to do so, which probably gets harder as he strains against the incoming energy. So, I like that. I like the whole concept of one's own willpower is the source of their power. It makes more sense than just like, I can do this, There's a human factor to it, I guess, is what I'm saying. So anyways, I am having so much fun playing this game. I'm gonna probably get lost in it. I'm not like a lost in, that's one thing about those MMORPGs like World of Warcraft. People are like, oh man, I'm so addicted. I'm not doing my homework. I'm not going to school. I just want to play this game, and I just can't do anything else. And that's not me. I mean, I got responsibilities, so I'll play this when I get a chance, but I can tell already that when I play it, I would much rather play this right now than something else. And I know it has a lot to do with the fact that it's brand new for me. So, yeah, I guess I'm, quote, hooked. But anyways, if you guys have characters or you're interested in playing this game, I actually want to play with as many people as I can at the same time in, like, Quest or whatever. And we could do it on Skype, and we can make videos about it. I mean, I'm getting totally excited about them. Like, oh my god, I'm like, you know, talking so fast. But I want to do that. So if you guys are interested, let me know. Send me a PM or send me a tweet or something, and let me know if you've got the game and like what your character's name is. Like, look you up, and I'll put my Skype information in the description if you guys want to add. So anyways, guys, that was the intro level thing. So now I'm in the game, and I guess I can talk more about the actual mechanics later on. I got too excited to talk about the actual thing. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Hope you guys enjoy this sort of content. I really hope you guys get involved if you want to. Like I said, it's free to play. You can have 2 characters for free, and you can make all sorts of cool stuff, and we can do all sorts of cool stuff. So anyways, guys, again, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll talk to you guys later.